welcome back. And so the last installment we covered glutes, so it's only normal and natural to move into working out the hips. So these exercises are really just to open up the hip, to find a little bit of strength into the hips, and also to find some stretch movement into the hips. So quite commonly our hip flexors get really tight, which is also associated with lower back pain. We also tend to get quite tight from sitting for long periods of time. So some of these exercises are to help strengthen, some of them are there to help lengthen. Okay, so the first one we're going to work on is opening into the hips. So a really straightforward movement. We're going to draw the left foot forward, bringing the right knee back. Back is up nice and tall. Take the left hands to the left knee. Taking these nice deep inhale, we're going to exhale, pressing forward and releasing back. Exhaling forward, release back. So we're just gently letting those hip flexors know we're going to start lengthening them and opening them up, keeping them nice and strong, controlling that movement. Don't allow the knee to start to waver. If it's starting to waver outwards or inwards, just be aware of that as we move through. So keeping that movement through, and then we would switch side, going into the other side. From here, we're going to take our hands to the mat, and we're going to bring the feet out a little bit wider to the outside of our body. So a nice wide stance. From here, we're just going to gently walk the hands over and gently move through the hips. So nice little side walk, opening up the hips really gently. And what will generally happen is we need to start to lift those toes up to allow the hips to open fuller. So keep moving through, lifting up the toes. Maybe if you need to, taking the hand behind you for support. Opening up. And just go to where it feels good for you. For you, it may be a little bit higher. For some, it might be a little bit lower. And you'll find generally, as we warm up through these hips, they will start to loosen and relax. And bring it all the way back up. From here, walk the feet back in. And we're going to come down to seated. So onto our bums, we're going to bring the feet together, and we're just going to open up these hips a little deeper. So we call this butterfly pose, and it's just to help to loosen and relax these hip flexors and the tendons that are holding us in there nice and tight sometimes, and just trying to look to release. Now for some people, it would be more preferable to bring the feet a little bit further forward, creating a little bit more space. So it's not important that your feet are too close to you. It's more important that we're trying to release the knees down. So the knees give us a little bit of weight that open up the hips. What you don't want to do is force yourself, bringing your feet in so close you can't move anything around the hip joint. So bringing the feet further forward is great. Some people, again, are a little bit more flexible, and that's fine, or maybe just a little bit more bendy in general. And then you can bring your knees down. Okay, so wherever you are, back is nice and tall, and we always keep that back tall. What you don't want to be doing is to start folding over or slumping into it, because what you're actually doing is then slumping down into the hip area, which means that you're not actually opening up at all, really. So we want to get up nice and tall, and by doing that, we're pressing the pelvis forward, we're opening up this hip joint here, we're giving it a bit more space, a chance for it to breathe effectively, and finding a little bit more stretch and length. So from here, nice back, nice and tall with the back, knees drop down. And if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take your hands to the feet, keeping the back tall. You're going to start to draw the body forward. So imagine you're drawing the chin forward, but we're still keeping the knees pressing down towards the ground. From the side, I'll show you. So back is up nice and tall, hands are to the feet. So my shoulders are back, my back is long, and I've started to pull my body forward. So keep the back long and flat. What again I don't want you to start to do is to start to shrug the shoulders over, or even worse, sort of really sinking right down into it. Keep the back tall. Feel the difference between doing this and doing this. Immediately you can feel the tension goes away, but it starts to go into the back and it almost gives you an achy back. So keep that back up long and tall, and just drawing the body forward. Keep it here and then slowly come all the way back up. Release, take your hands to the knees, draw them back in, and relax those hips. Well done. I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next instalment. Take care.